What's going on? Welcome to Move Fast, Lift Heavy podcast. This is Joe Roscoe, co-host of the pod. Thanks for joining in. If you're new, check us out, movefastlift.heavy.com. Go to the gram at Move Fast Lift Heavy. One-stop shop for all things fitness, apparel, and lifestyle. It says in the name, we're all about moving fast, lifting heavy, and trying to be as cool as founder Christian Harris. So Christian recently just completed quarterfinals with the team Move Fast Lift Heavy. They did pretty good, but they're going to be moving on to semis unless CrossFit, didn't like Christian's outfit and deemed him ineligible to go to the games. But they are going to go, and if you want to support them, you can check out this t-shirt right here that Christian's going to talk about. So let's bring him on. Founder of Move Fast Lift Heavy, superb athlete, old ass man at the age of 35, has cute little French bulldog that attacks food delivery men and women, people, humans of the world. Welcome, Christian Harris.
Innocent delivery, folks.
Innocent.
So innocent.
The innocent. What's up?
Oh, it's Thursday. Got a little swimming.
You still got the goggle creases on your face?
Nah. I sauntered after and took a nice shower, so I think I got rid of those.
You shook it loose? All right.
Yeah.
Well, in the days when you were playing Little League, as a star baseball player in Brooklyn, were you playing baseball in Brooklyn? Was that where
I was? Yeah.
You used to maybe have like a car wash or a lemonade stand, but now being a professional CrossFit athlete, you would think those days were behind you, but no, just going to readjust that lemonade stand and do a t-shirt sale instead. So
100%.
here's that design one more time, overlapping on top of us. I got to figure out how to move that over, but someday. Tell me about the design, and then we're going to bring on our guest because I'm super excited about chatting with her.
Yeah, the design for the shirt, as a collective unit, we could not figure out a cohesive theme. We thought maybe about superheroes, spirit animals, 90s cartoon shows, and all these other potential themes, and we just couldn't agree on one. So we said, why not? Let's put our faces on a shirt and have the folks support.
All right, cool. Well, if you all want to support the team, go to movefastlift.heavy.com and you can pick up a shirt with Christian Harris's face on it. I mean, who wouldn't want that? All right, let's bring on our guest, phenomenal athlete at the age of 23 years young, hailing from the great state of Michigan, recently relocated down south. She's a Southern belle now, down in Georgia, training down at the think tank. She is a two-time CrossFit Teen Games athlete. And last year, she would have been an individual at the games for her first time, but she did not qualify by one spot at the West Coast Classic. I hope that burns just hearing it, Alexis. I hope it burns because I know that fire is burning deep inside and it's going to motivate you to just crush 2022. Please welcome to the podcast, Alexis Raptis. What's up?
You said my name right too. A lot of the CrossFit announcers will say Raptis.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, it's not that difficult to say.
Screw those CrossFit announcers.
I know. Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. You know how technology works. Before we started, you sounded great, and now you're a little choppy. Are you hearing that same thing, Christian?
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little? All right, we're gonna have you exit.
Okay.
And then you're gonna come back, and I'm gonna, small talk with Christian while you're coming back. All right. So just exit out of the link altogether, and then come back in. I don't feel bad about this, Christian, because we're actually discussing a podcast in the CrossFit world. and they actually just like start their show cold. Like they just start it. They're not ready. And everyone's listening and watching, and there's
just trying to figure out exactly who the guest is.
Right, they're like, who the hell are we talking to today? We know that indeed we're talking to Alexis, and things were going great when we were chatting about her dog and all that before she came on for the actual interview. But hopefully when she comes back in, things will be all right. Tell me a little bit about what we posted today on our Instagram reel with that the burpee workout that you redid. Did you end up doing 300 total burpees?
300 total burpees in under 12 hours.
Wow.
Essentially what happened was everything was going great on the first attempt, and the last 15 burpees of the workout, we were pretty out of sync. 9 of the last 15 reps were all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So after reviewing the video, I said to Will, I'm like, we definitely need to redo this workout, but I know we have to redo another workout. So I didn't want to overload the girls with saying that we needed to redo both. So we got through the first one. And then as soon as we finished, I'm like, girls, we also have to redo the burpee one. And they weren't happy with me.
But, all right, let's listen to the audio if we can.
What? No, we don't.
Yeah, we are.
That was the reaction. All right, Alexis, can we hear you? Let's see.
I hope so.
Hey, let's go, Alexis Raptis.
And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. All right, like we were saying, screw those CrossFit announcers that can't pronounce your name properly.
It's just a joke now.
After this year, they're going to know how to say your effing name, right, Alexis?
Yeah, that's the goal. Yep.
So I think let's start there. West Coast Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you sitting in going into the final day?
For what was I was sitting in 6th, and then yeah.
So you did your job on the first event.
Yeah, and then I was in 4th after that. And I had practiced the last workout. I wasn't actually like nervous about it at all. I practiced it. Everything went really well. I mean, 205 isn't like a crazy heavy weight either, so I wasn't super nervous about it, but it was with a short bar, and I didn't practice it with a short bar. It was the last workout of the weekend. And I was just super fired up. Like, starting that workout, I knew all I had to do was do what I did in practice, and I was going to the games. And I think if I just had waited, maybe like not like held back just a tiny bit and waited, I mean, who knows what would have happened, but I think I just rushed that last clean, and I knew like right in that moment. But part of me was like, oh, I can like get the clean and then cross the finish line and I'm still good. Like I had this like little bit of hope still. But yeah.
So for the folks listening, if you're not sure what we're talking about here, the final event of the West Coast Classic last year was I don't know if it was a spin off of it or if it was the exact same weights as 2015, but it was a sprint where it started with, was it 15 muscle ups?
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 barbells?
Yes. Yeah.
And then 5 barbells increasing in weight. So last bar was at 205, you said?
205, yeah. It was heavier than the whatever regional workout or yeah. Like
you were probably still maybe 12?
12. Oh, last time they did that workout. I don't think I was 12.
2015?
2015, yeah, I was like 16.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, but that workout, like looking at it, I was actually I was pretty excited because I love muscle ups, and then the bar didn't get super crazy heavy, and I knew like there was a couple girls who were going to sprint it, but for the most part, like you can't just sprint like the last couple bars. But yeah, man, it just didn't go up that first lift. And that was it.
So looking at your places for each event, I mean, you didn't really have anything that was very out of the box except for that last event, but that's more so because of I guess an error in your strategy.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you say that you learned from this event that you are taking with you for this upcoming season?
I would just say like staying in my own lane, because I knew that I could clean it, but it was also like I was trying to. There's a fine line between like pushing that boundary and like playing it just a tiny bit safe. Like if I played it a tiny bit safe, I probably wouldn't have had an issue with it. But it's in those moments where you're like so fired up and that adrenaline hits, and like you only get that when you're competing. And so you really just have to stay in your own lane. You can't look around. Like I remember seeing like, I think it was Carrie next to me, and she was gonna like go up to the bar, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to go up to the bar. And so you kind of like get into this like competitive mindset.
A chess match.
Instead of just being like, okay, that last bar was heavy. How about you wait about 10 seconds and then you feel confident going into the bar, instead of just being like screw it, I'm gonna try and hit this right now. I feel good. So yeah, just staying in my own lane, and that really goes with every workout now. Like there's always gonna be someone that's gonna destroy it, but really it's about just being consistent like the whole weekend.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring her back in. Let's see. So don't mind us living in this past experience of yours, because as athletes and coaches, like those are like defining moments that we could look back. You finished 7th in the Open this year, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. These are just moments you look back on as far as West Coast goes, and it's like, hey, that's when things were shitty for Alexis, but it was actually when they were the best, because it actually, formed who she was as an athlete and was a turning point for her. Going into the 2022 season, you're in Georgia now. You're at the think tank. How is it rubbing shoulders with Travis Mayer? I think Sarah Sigmundotter's there now. Noah's around all the time. Top caliber athletes like that. Has that really helped you just up your level of training on a daily basis? Have you taken any, takeaways from them as far as what you've learned from how they approach their training, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just having people who have done what I want to do, and they have that experience, and they can, like, I can bounce ideas off of them. I can ask them questions. I feel like I'm constantly learning things. And then for me, like, I was training alone for a good amount. Like, here and there, I have had training partners, but for the most part, I've been training by myself. And so I have this thing, and I think probably a lot of athletes do, where I'm training and I feel like I gave it my all, but in my head, while I'm working out, I'm like, someone's ahead of me, someone's chasing me. So you constantly feel like you're not good enough, and having people around me, it's helped my confidence. I think the most know that, like, I am doing everything that I can, and what I'm doing is working, because I know, like, I can see the progress, and I can see my scores compared to other games athletes. Before, it's just like, I don't know where I'm at. Like, I came here in January, and I did not know how fit I was. Like, I thought I was way far off. And I think just being so hard on myself is, like, it's a good thing, but it's also like, I didn't have the confidence because I didn't think I was that good. I didn't think I was where I was. And so having them here has helped me a ton. And it's just, it pushes you so far past what you think you can do. Like,
I'm gonna pause you. I'm gonna pause you right there. Don't all good. Chill vibes here. I'm gonna have you exit and come back one more time. You're starting to chop up again.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Christian, sorry about that. You and I are doing great here. I don't know, maybe it's just her Wi-Fi connection. But hashtag 2022. What about you, Christian, with your career? What was let's see, Alexis. Hey. Let's see. Let's get a couple of sentences here.
All right. Can you how am I
Yeah,
how am I sounding?
perfect. All right.
Yeah, way
so,
better.
Amazing. So hopefully it's hey, can you
Okay.
just tell your Wi-Fi and your technology? Can you just say, hey, can you just keep it together for about 20 more
No.
minutes for me here?
It might be because I'm on my phone. My laptop's not charged. I'm struggling.
Come on, Alexis. Come on.
Uh,
So now that you have these kind of measuring sticks, we'll say, alongside of you with the people you're training with, you have that confidence now of like, oh, I'm not far off as far as being amongst some of the fittest in the world. Obviously, you are amongst the fittest in the world, finishing 7th in the Open this year.
5th at quarters, no?
second in quarters.
Hey.
5th in the world, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
5th in the world, 2nd in the U.S.
Yeah. Not bad. It was pretty good. Good job.
So it's okay. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. So now that you're alongside of these other athletes and you're crushing it and you're seeing that kind of in real time proof of like, oh, I can just put the gas pedal down a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to that extra 5-10%. Christian, you could weigh in on this too as the old man expert athlete. That over time accumulates to a huge difference in your game, because when you're gaining a couple of percent as far as output goes each training session, over time, that's really going to add up. Are you already seeing that since you've been there? I think you said in January.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about like how you feel that momentum's going. Did you feel going into the Open and quarterfinals like, oh, I got this huge ass snowball rolling down the hill and I got all the momentum going for me? Or did you still enter the Open and quarterfinals like, not sure how this is going to go?
Yeah, I went into the Open kind of like that, where it was just I felt fit, but I really still didn't know where I was at. I mean, I've been training obviously with Sarah and Travis, and so I had a gauge, but you just never know. Like, it's hard to think of myself as a top athlete when I haven't made it to the games yet, even though I know the work that I've put in and I know that I deserve to be a top athlete, and I know that, but it's hard to even think of myself like that just because I haven't done it. And so every week of the Open, it was just like, wow, like I just didn't think I was at that level yet. And so that was I mean, for my confidence, that helped a lot. And then going into quarterfinals, it was kind of the same mindset where I knew I could do well, but it wasn't like, oh, let's try and win quarterfinals. It was just, let's do our best, give it everything we have, not worry about it, because we know like we're going to qualify. Last year, it was totally different because we didn't really know how anything worked. And so I was like scared I wasn't even going to possibly qualify for a semifinal. Like, you just never know. And so this year it was just, I went into it with so much peace and like I felt so prepared. It was like, I can't even describe it, but it just I felt so ready for it. And I felt like we had trained so much harder than the workouts that we had, that I just felt so confident the whole weekend. And it was just fun. Like everything just felt light. It felt honestly magical. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It just felt so good, and I felt so prepared, and I just had so much fun. And I've realized that I perform the best when I'm having fun, and I think that's why I did so well. Like, I wasn't stressed. I just was like living in the moment, like really enjoying every workout, and just thankful that I was able to even do it. And I think that's why I did so well.
You were in that flow state.
Yeah.
That's what we call that.
How do you intend to carry that flow state over into the semifinals and hopefully the games? It sounds like physically you have the attributes that you need. You have the tools. And as far, did I say that right, Christian? Tools? Is that how you say that? Tools.
Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I have this thing, Alexis, where I pronounce like.
Hey, don't say it.
Oh, okay.
Don't say it.
It'll just come out later.
Yeah. No, Alexis, say the word pull up.
Pull up.
Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say a pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have this little thing. I have this little complication. Anyway, so you have the physical tools that you need. You have probably, I'm assuming, you're taking your recovery serious. What are you doing for your mental side? Because it sounds like maybe that's your weakest link right now, not just because of your experience, just because of, yeah, you were a teen athlete, but now you're quote unquote with the big girls. What are you doing to improve your mental like capacity while competing?
So actually, I think my mental state is my strongest right now, which
okay.
Yeah,
I stand corrected.
Yeah, I think the difference between last year and this year is my mind. I don't really know. I think it was honestly from like failing last year, quote unquote failing. I just feel like every time I'm in the gym now, I like no workout will ever hurt as bad as coming up short by one spot. Like that's kind of how I've described it to my coach Adam. It's like I used to be scared of certain workouts because like you know how bad it's gonna hurt, or like you know what it's gonna feel like, and now it's like I want to feel that pain like that burn every single day, because that's what it's going to take. Like I'm not scared of any workout now. Like I feel this year I just feel fearless. Like it feels like every single workout I look at it and it's like this is going to get me closer to my goals. So why am I like just lean into it, because that's what's going to get you to the games. Like before I would just, I don't know, like you kind of get in your head and you start like questioning like why you're doing it, and now it's like no, like if it starts hurting, you have to remember that like how bad it hurt to come out 6 or 11 points short, and if I really want to make it to the games, like that's I have to hurt that bad. So
yeah,
I think this year like my mind is the toughest it's ever been. I'm able to just like go to this zone, and I don't know, I've never felt like this before. And yeah, I mean, just kind of like chasing that whenever I get the opportunity to, and just really never taking a training session for granted. Like just trying to stay as healthy as I can, because I've dealt with so many injuries. And so just staying on top of everything, really just being super thankful for everything I'm able to do with my body every day. And just having fun. Like I think that's a really big part too. I'm so happy here, and I feel like it's just shown in my performance.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's we're gonna have you exit again. Maybe if you have the time to jump on your laptop, maybe that'll help out. And but yeah, Christian, let's talk about, you had a couple of pec tears. What other like, let's talk about last year, the shitty ass, you qualified for the freaking CrossFit games and then you didn't. So, you know, we had that unfortunate circumstance where unknowingly one of our girls was taking a substance that you could buy over the counter at an effing CVS, and it ended up popping a positive test. And all of a sudden you're not going to the CrossFit games. How has that been for you this year in your training? And was it like immediate when it happened? Were you kind of down in the dumps and you didn't train for months and months and months, and then you got your act together? Or was it like it happened and then you were just head down and you're like, we're going to make this shit right?
So once the realization was there that, you know, appeals weren't going to happen for our team, I was immediately thinking about this upcoming season and what I could do to get back. So we put together our pro day, and this was during the games. I was thinking about this. I went out to Madison and was just taking everything all in. And while it was fun to be there from that perspective. I've never been to the games as a spectator. It was really cool, the experience in general. But there was a lot of FOMO. I definitely wanted to be out there on the competition floor, especially when I was watching the teams. Like, it was almost hard for me to watch it knowing that we should have been out there. But I was eager and hungry and, very proactive in trying to get this next team put together. We put together 2 pro days, scouted some athletes, had some folks send in some resumes, and this year we're trucking along.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Got Alexis back here. Let's see how we're doing.
Third time's the charm, hopefully.
Third time's the charm. Everything sounds good so far. So we were just talking about Christian. He had a similar experience last year where, the team had qualified for the games and their invite was pulled. How was that? Pulled.
There it is.
Oh, was that bad? That was bad? It was pulled.
There
Still
it is.
bad? That was better?
That's better.
I have to keep my lips very narrow. If I pucker, purse my lips, it comes out incorrectly. But anyways, Alexis, no worries. We were just chatting about Christian's heartbreak moment and how it's the whole blessing in disguise thing. If everything is just good and dandy from the jump, I think this is a life thing too. Forget CrossFit. You get better through the trials, and without trials, you're not tested. And if you're not testing yourself, then you're not getting better. So, loved what you said about having fun. I think you sound very dangerous. The way you're talking right now is oh shit. If you have the tools. Is that right?
That's the proper usage.
If you have the physical capabilities and you have this mindset that you're saying where you're just kind of fearless, you said it yourself. You said, I am fearless. I don't fear a workout. Good for effing you. Since quarterfinals are done, what has your shift been in focus for semis? Do you need to work on strength? Are you working on your conditioning? What is the focus going into semis right now?
Continue to work on my strength, and then just start doing more running, start adding a weight vest, that kind of stuff. We didn't see we tested a lot, honestly, but there's still just the higher skill movements, handstand walks, and just kind of weird stuff that we're starting to add in, which I honestly love. I love all the kind of odd object, weird, torque tank, that kind of stuff. We're going to start doing field sessions and more running and just kind of odd object stuff too.
What semis do you have?
Syndicate.
Okay. Yeah. So down
first weekend. Yeah. Tennessee. Yeah, I'm so excited about that. That's definitely the one that I wanted.
That's the new one.
Yeah. What town is that in?
Knoxville, I believe.
Yeah, Knoxville. Yeah.
Knoxville.
And that's back-to-back weekends. So it's the Syndicate, in Knoxville, then the MAC, same venue, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Same venue?
Yeah.
Interesting. Same production as well as far as who's producing it?
Yep. Who is it? It's Wilson Pack. He's been running the MAC for a long time now. They do a great job.
So, Alexis, has your coach been giving you insight on have they been doing research on what this producing team, as far as programmers, usually tend to do in their style? Because I think as what we've seen over the semifinals, especially last year, was that everyone had their own.
Not all semis are created equal.
Exactly. So have you guys done any research on that, on what maybe you could think you would expect to see stylistically wise out of Metcons?
Yeah, we know last year they'll probably be running, and I think Mid-Atlantic has always used a true form. So we've been doing it, but it's only been a couple weeks. A lot more running on there because it's just different than outside running. I don't see them doing outside because the venue. Um,
Are you a runner?
I love to run. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. I don't really know the programming side. I don't even think about it. I leave it up to my coach, and we've been doing a lot of like group sessions. So like we get there, there's just like times that we get there, and it's like certain start times, certain heat times, and we just get there, and I just do what I'm told. Like I don't even think about it. I don't think about the programming. I just do what they say, and I have full trust in what they are giving me. So yeah, don't really.
Christian, what a coach's dream,
Seriously.
right?
I mean, when the
I
buy-in
just
is there, it allows her to do what she's doing right now. She's thriving. She's having fun. She's not thinking or overthinking things too much. So it's the perfect storm.
Yeah, good for
I
you.
don't like to think about it.
Let's go back. Christian said, "Are you a runner?" You obviously were competing as a teenager in CrossFit. You made the games twice. When you first started CrossFit, was it a means to support another sport you were doing, or what's your athletic background?
I started it because I had just quit gymnastics. I was doing competitive gymnastics for a while. And I loved it. I thought I would do it into college, but I got hurt and I was out for a year, and just kind of realized that it wasn't really worth it. I had surgery on both my elbows, and my body just wasn't able to really handle the training that we were doing. And so I didn't really, I mean, that's kind of really the reason why I like to have a coach. I like to be told what to do, probably because of gymnastics. We were really just little robots. That's the best way to describe gymnasts. Like you're just told what to do and you do it. So I didn't know how to work out by myself. And my boyfriend, now he's my boyfriend, at the time he was just my friend, and he had started CrossFit, and I was only 15, and so I couldn't even drive to the gym. Like I had people pick me up, and I was going every day. I started doing, like, my first class was on Sunday. It was like a Sunday fun day thing, and I loved it because I was able to do like handstand push-ups, handstand walks. I knew how to do all that stuff from the first day, and so it was so fun. I felt like I was doing gymnastics, but like just conditioning for gymnastics, which was one of my favorite parts. And I was just told what to do. Didn't even have to think about anything. Just get there, do it. And like, I don't know, there's so many things that I was able to work on and get better at too, which I thought was fun. So I started doing CrossFit like that. And then I was doing high school sports too. So I was a diver, I did competitive cheer, and I did soccer. So I think CrossFit, like, it obviously helped me, but it was also just like a lot. I was, what was I was right after high school, or like right when school ended, I would go to CrossFit, and then from there I would go to practice, and then I wouldn't get home till like 9. So it probably was too much, but I would say it made me a better athlete for sure. But then I kind of just focused more on CrossFit later on. But yeah, definitely. I would say gymnastics has definitely played a big part in my abilities with CrossFit. And then I think CrossFit has helped all the other sports that I did after too.
So as a 23-year-old, you just relocated to Georgia. What are you okay? Do you have a social life? What are you, a 23-year-old, or are you a machine that just like lives, breathes, sleeps CrossFit? Like you said, you have a boyfriend. Do you all do you go out to eat? Do you ever I don't know, eat ice cream or what?
Yeah.
What's your normal life look like if you have one?
Yeah. I definitely have a little bit of a normal life, but I would say like Saturdays, I will always eat like something bad, like ice cream or pizza or something. I'm not like a crazy strict like psycho with food. Especially this year, I've learned like I just need to keep fueling my body. And so yeah, I'm not scared of like.
Let me stop you there. What do you mean what did you learn? You said you learned that you had
Yeah,
a period of body.
I've gained 10 pounds since last season. It was a conversation I had with my coach after I think quarterfinals last year. He was like, I really think you need to gain some weight because I was just getting crushed by all the barbells and I had a really hard time gaining strength. And after the season was over, I kind of took a while to like track my food again, and I just kind of ate whenever I was hungry. Didn't really think much about it. And then I hadn't weighed myself in a while, and somehow I had gained weight, but I was also gaining like good weight. Like it wasn't bad weight because we were doing a lot of lifting too. And so on top of eating, I was eating way more too, way more carbs. And then we started lifting more, and I had just put on so much muscle mass that I had never been able to put on before. And I think my body just like was so happy that I did this. Like I feel so healthy now. Before it was just like, I don't know. I think I got like I was getting injured a lot. I just not like the barbell just never felt good. I was always scared of the barbell workouts, and now like I cannot wait. Like I hope that they have a heavy barbell at my competition so I can just show off like my strength now, because that's something that I feel like has changed a lot since last season. But it's also just not being scared to like eat, because I know a lot of girls are, and now it's like, oh, I'm like, yes, I'm heavier, but I'm strong and I'm healthy and I'm so fit because of it. So I'm like embracing it, and I'm super grateful that I did gain the weight that I did.
Nice. Christian,
Yo.
what do you think about that? You're a big RP guy and the food stuff. What's your journey been? You were a big boy, and now you kind of have the reverse story. You were a big fella, and now you're a lot leaner than you were back in like 2016, right?
I mean, I've always been about 205 to 210. It's just different points in the season. I'll cut down or bulk up a little bit, depending on how much running I'm doing. That usually plays the factor for me. But yeah, I mean, carbs are your friend, especially as a competitive athlete in this space. You need carbohydrates to fuel what we're doing. And if you're not getting them, you're going to get that feeling of being crushed by heavier weights, or if you have a lot of volume in, like you're not going to be able to handle that volume and be able to keep up.
Yeah, in growing up in gymnastics, you probably were conscious of your weight, right? That's a part of the sport right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think also like a lot of people have this mindset of, oh, if I gain weight, my gymnastics is gonna suffer. And for me, my gymnastics has only gotten better. And so I think a lot of people, it's like a mental thing. They think, oh, I'm heavier, my gymnastics is gonna be bad today. When really, like, I didn't even know that I had gained this weight, and I had gotten so much better in my gymnastics, but I've also gotten stronger. So I think, like, I don't know. I just think everyone is different, obviously. But for me, being a little bit heavier has helped me just recover better, feel stronger, feel healthier, and just be more confident with the barbell workouts.
If we were to do like a repeat, let's say they did like a girl workout, what if they did like heavy Fran? What would the barbell be for you? What would you want to see, like a 115? Like, what do you think you can handle on a heavy thruster for reps?
I mean, heavy Fran. If we were trying to stay like unbroken, I would probably say 95 pounds.
95. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Christian, what's your max weight that you could do Fran unbroken, do you think?
Probably that 135.
Oh, you don't got 155 in you?
Nah.
You don't think so?
I don't know about that.
I just feel like
that's a little excessive.
Totally different if it was heavier.
All right, so 135, 95 is your answer, Christian and Alexis.
Yeah, that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, so the crew at Knoxville putting this little show on here in a month. Let's see it. Heavy Fran 135.95.
Yeah, that'd be pretty painful.
All right, let's have some fun. Let's steer away from a little bit of CrossFit, but a little less of CrossFit. Christian, would you please heat up Alexis' seat and put her on the hot seat?
All right, here we go. A couple quick questions. Just give us the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay,
You ready?
ready?
Would you rather move fast or lift heavy?
Move fast.
Coffee or pre-workout?
Coffee.
Power or squat?
Power.
Current favorite song?
My year.
That's a good song. Favorite brunch food?
Omelet.
If you had to pick one movement for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Handstand walks.
All right, you survived. Painless.
I think that was the quickest song answer that we've gotten because the song, it's tough to like know. You might listen to a lot of stuff and like a lot of stuff. You might not know the name. So well done to you.
Yeah.
My Year, huh? Who sings that? Should I not have asked?
Are
we gonna know?
I mean, I can look it up. It's right on.
I don't know who
it's
sings it either, but it's a good track.
Is this a hip hop song?
One of the songs that like I blasted every single day of quarterfinals, and it just gets me in that
Pumps
zone.
you up.
Oh yeah, it pumps me up. Let's see. Oh yeah. I don't even know. Gashi? G
right.
Easy? I don't know.
Good for Gashi.
Yeah.
All right, Alexis. That's gonna wrap up our episode for today. We appreciate your time. And yeah, I'm already a fan. I knew a little bit about you going into it, but getting to talk to you and hear this fearless talk of yours, I can't wait to see it on the competition floor in Tennessee.
Stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous. Oh, stay dangerous. Is that going to be like a next drop, Christian?
I like it. That'll be my next hashtag. Stay dangerous.
Yeah, maybe we'll do like a MFLH Alexis Raptis collab and have the Stay Dangerous drop come out soon.
I like it. All
right, Alexis, thanks so much. And
yeah, thank you. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Alexis Raptis right there. What do you think, Christian? Young gun right there. Young gun in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, she seems very mature on the mental side of things, which is more than half the battle. I feel. All the athletes are putting in all the work. So if you have that little bit of a mental edge, it really makes all the difference.
Yeah. Feel like she's kind of the dark horse as far as the young guns go. Like I feel like the Emmas and all of them are getting a little bit more attention. What do you think?
Well, yeah, it's because she hasn't been to the games in the open field yet.
Yeah.
And, she's just as talented, but, she just needs that title next to it.
Yeah, I've followed up on the CrossFit update shows, and I haven't heard them comment on her two good showings, but hopefully she brings some light to her name in the semis coming up. All right, my friend. Any last words?
That's it. That's all I got for today.
That's it. What do you call it? Chef Daddy? That's all you got?
Yeah.
All right, Chef Daddy. Later. All right, that was Alexis Raptis and our co-host and founder right there, Christian Harris. I'm going to bring up this graphic one more time of our t-shirt that you can get to support our Move Fast Lift Heavy team that will be going to semifinals. What semifinals? We don't know just yet. But yeah, go to movefastlift.heavy.com if you want to support Christian Harris and the rest of the squad. I'm Joe Roscoe, co-host. We'll see you on the next one. Later.